Right on. I am so sorry.
All right.
Okay, we're live. We're live now.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know. Welcome back, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good Lord.
Well, as I was just talking to Loki, busy. The beard's looking good, man.
Thank you. I cut my hair too. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
All right.
I know. Just so much going on right now.
I could be wearing a hat, but no one would ever know.
Right on. Right
Is
on.
it one of those big, oversized foam cowboy hats? Because I'll have mad respect for you if that's the case. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool.
You guys are gonna hate me
Why?
because we're not live. Oh my God.
We're. Huh?
Oh, am I? Really? What?
Hang on a second.
Look at me. This is great.
This is great. This feels like what I remember. I'm enjoying this.
Old times.
Yeah, no, it shows that you're alive.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay. Oh my God. And I don't know how to fix this. No idea. Not a clue.
Yeah, me too.
Here, let me. Oh, whoa. What's going on right now? Anyway, while I figure this out, here in a second. But how are you guys doing? How are you doing today? Again.
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I am so happy to be back here, actually.
Right on. Yes. I'll fix that in post, or while we talk about these. Oh no, I appreciate it, Loki. Thank you. No, seriously, freaking. But what we're gonna talk about today, Loki, you have no idea. Nas said he does. So Sony, they are completely poo-pooing everything right now. Or you could say that they're opening up their platform to everybody else. And when I say everyone else, I don't mean just PC. You had an X post about it the other day, Helldivers 2 going to Xbox, which is nuts. That's absolutely crazy. But we have an article today that we're going to cover where it says they're about to open everything up, which is absolutely nuts. There was a job posting, which we'll look at the article, but the job posting said they're looking for someone who is multi-platform, who knows multi-platforms pretty well. So that's really cool. They also, Sony, this is a Sony heavy episode. They also have whatchamacallit, a lawsuit. I mean, big companies have lawsuits all the time, but this one is relevant to us because we rail against this stuff all the time. But digital purchases, it's saying, it's a class action. It's saying that because they don't put their games on other platforms, you can only find them on the PlayStation Store. That is essentially a monopoly, which I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree. And so, and they tried to rectify this, which is really hilarious, but we'll get into that too. And then we're going to be talking about Runway, and this is an AI developer, and apparently they're getting into games now. They've become pretty huge in Hollywood, but now they're setting their sights on gaming, which is super cool. Or hugely scary depending on how you look at it. But I think it is an opportunity for you or I to make a game that we've always dreamed of making. It's kind of like Expedition 33, but for I don't know about you guys. Do you guys have a background in game development at all? Like,
no.
Right on. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's fair.
That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
It would take a lot of the mystique out of it, a lot of the mystery out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
So there could be something to that. Yeah.
Right on. So I can see this helping, non-game developers and maybe developers that are early on in their career to make something. Expedition 33 came out of nowhere and put a lot of people to shame. So just imagine getting those kinds of tools in the hands of people like you or I, and hmm oh yeah. Yes, 100% agree.
Yeah. It would certainly make it a lot more accessible.
Yeah.
But how is it used, and to what point is it used?
Yeah.
And there's certain people that whenever they see anything AI related to a game, they'll immediately turn their nose up at it. They'll call it AI slop, and they'll just move on.
Yeah.
Or I mean, they'll move on maybe, or they'll just sit there with a sign saying, "This is AI slop. Don't play this.
Yes.
This is taking money out of the hands of real game developers," and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that you could. We all know you can't close the bottle on that genie.
No.
It's just a matter of figuring out how to use it, and it is going to make it. It is going to level the playing field for a lot of people, because I remember hearing a saying that talking about singers. The best singers are working in button factories, and the idea behind that is that they have the talent, but they're just not in a position where they can exploit it.
Right.
So if somebody's got a killer premise for and a great story for a game, but they're hampered because they don't have the knowledge to create one, this can help to level that playing field.
Yep.
It can also lead to just mountains of the same slop over and over again.
Well, look at what, I don't know if you have this on the Slate Fox, but look at what Microsoft just did. They cut a bunch of jobs and basically said, okay, we're replacing all of you with AI.
Yep.
And everyone railed against that without understanding. I don't want to take the corporation side here necessarily, but it is in their best interest to streamline things. If they decide, okay, using this computer program is going to be more cost effective than paying all these people, then that's what we're going to do. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. And I essentially, I can't blame them for that. That's how you keep your business afloat. That's how you keep innovating. However, one of the executives over there, he said that if you're feeling bad about getting laid off, then you can use Copilot to help you, grease off those edges, make you feel better. Use Copilot.
AI therapists are becoming a thing, unfortunately.
Well, people are already relying on chatbots to combat loneliness, right? So of course we're but that one guy with his LinkedIn post, I have some choice words for him. Oh boy.
I'm sorry. I thought it was I thought it was funny. It's like, well, I feel bad for the 9,000 that got laid off. I feel for them because, who knows, they had to move and change their family dynamics and things like that to provide and take this job and stuff. My heart goes out to them. But the absolute gall of the guy to say, if you're feeling bad, just use Microsoft Copilot. It's like, dude, read the room. That was so tone deaf. It's tone deaf. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry to everyone.
That people are waiting for that guy to get the axe too, so they can say the same thing to him. Because no one's gonna forget that.
No, that's living on an infamy. Especially the microscope is kind of on Microsoft right now to see what they're gonna do. And I was a believer in what they were doing. I thought, opening up, taking away exclusivity, that's what I want to see in the game industry. And then 9,000 people got laid off. And don't get me wrong, if you have to slim your workforce or, to try to save money to keep your business afloat, I get that.
I would wager this is not just a Microsoft problem or even just a games industry problem. This is I don't want to say worldwide, I'll certainly say statewide problem of bloat in companies. We've hired too many people during the pandemic era.
Yeah.
That is over. It's like we've got too many people not producing enough stuff. Some of y'all got to go.
And you want to know
it's after the gold rush.
Yes, absolutely.
And man, it's so crazy to think that is still affecting us, and this happened like 5 years ago. Isn't that's so crazy to think about too? Holy crap.
Well, it's not as though, you're right. I mean, it's because there were some companies that successfully brought on that many people and are still successful in producing products and making money. And it may take longer for some to actually correct that way. I think that's why you didn't see all of these layoffs all at once as soon as the pandemic was over, right?
Yeah.
Some companies are less successful, so have to cut sooner.
Yeah. With this one, I believe it's just because they're going all in on AI, and Microsoft, I feel like, made that decision. It'd be, and like you pointed out, Loki, it makes sense for some of those projects that they were working on, since they were taking so long and using so many resources. It makes sense that they would get cut. Perfect Dark, what was the unreleased game, or one that they were working on with their new studio, and they cut that back. I get that, but with some of these, there were some of the most anticipated games. They used them on some of their presentations,
marketing.
So it was like, man, that's kind of brutal. It felt like they had no idea what they were doing. It's like, hey, we're losing a lot of money. That's gotta go.
Oh, no, nobody's learned the lesson yet of don't announce things too early.
But that's you have to do that, though. You have to be in the news. You have to give investors something to look forward to.
I want to push back. I want to just push back on that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, for the investors, not for the consumers, not for the customers.
Mm-hmm.
Customers can wait. Investors want a return on investment.
Yeah.
So all these we want to pretend E3 was for the gamers. It never was.
No.
It was for the investors.
Right.
So when the investors say, "Hey, where's our return?" You go, "Damn, game still ain't ready." Sorry.
I'm going to push back too.
It's fine.
Because part of what makes investors want to further invest in a company is seeing how the general public responds to some of these announcements.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying you're wrong. Not this time.
I'll say,
but it's a lot. There's a lot of nuance with it.
I'll say you both are right. Yes, the nuance.
Well, okay, I can settle for that.
Yeah, it's not all black and white. But
there's a lot of gray in this business.
Yes. Yep.
I talk about this, not to plug myself here, but I talk a lot about this on my own show. The business of games is too big now. It's not so big, it's too big.
Yep.
It's too massive.
Mm-hmm.
They spent too much money with too many studios around the world, and it needs to slim down.
Yep.
You're going to see Sony cut more jobs. You're going to see Microsoft cut more jobs. You're going to see Hollywood cut more jobs.
Yep.
All entertainment industry is shrinking.
Yeah. And it's to a point where it's like, how many eyeballs did you think you were going to get?
Yes.
They've reached a plateau. You've reached as many people as you're probably going to get. And all these companies are vying for position for those eyeballs. It's like, you're going to have to start cutting back. You're going to have to, you've reached the pinnacle of your success, I think,
Because the answer to these companies is always more.
Yes.
We want more. We don't have a number where we're satisfied. We always want more.
Oh, it's that CCR song. How much should we get?
Billy Idol, but okay.
I was thinking Billy Idol too. Yeah. In the midnight hour.
Yeah. It's just a line from a CCR song. God, I can't even remember the name of the song, but
really?
Yeah.
You should know this then.
Oh, dude, it's so good. But he's like, when he comes through and asks how much you should give, and he says, "Mo."
Oh,
mo.
Fortunate Son.
Yes. There we go. There we go.
Okay. Thanks. I was blanking on that for some reason.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Anywho's.
You know what, Fox? I just off topic here. I'm gonna name you as my right, an honorary Canadian for the number of sorries that you say.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Right. I can even do the aboot. Aboot? What are you talking about?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I've been studying up. Yeah. A lot of Canadians and Australians are killing it in the YouTube space. I don't know what the heck's going on. You guys are good. You're good at this. Us Americans, I don't know about us over here. Anyway,
You guys have like got the market cornered. We're just trying to eke out a little space.
So it seems like the biggest like voices in this space though are like Australian or Canadian. I don't know what
Australians are. I mean, Australians are awesome for the most
part.
Well,
not all of them.
Okay. I think. Well, I'm okay. I'm gonna take that back because I'm thinking of one. I'm like, I don't want to have anything to do with that person.
Is he Canadian?
No, she's not.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I don't know who you're talking about. We can talk about that offline. However, there was a huge game. It's coming from NetEase, and we know NetEase is, not into the single player AAA space. We know this, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. It's a Blood Message or something like that.
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, yes, I do.
Blood Message.
I have not watched this trailer. We're gonna look at that real quick, and I would love to get you guys your opinions on what you see. Do you think NetEase is going in the right direction? Do you think it looks bad, good, what have you? So let's get into that real quick, and then we will discuss after. We won't go through all of it. No? Oh, that's my fault. It's all in like Chinese anyway. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. Can you hear it now or no? Oh, isn't like Chinese though, so I guess. Wow, it's so cinematic and beautiful. Here, let me turn this down a little bit. Oh shoot. It's like, holy crap. Well, I don't know if Assassin's Creed does this, but it's like the seamless cutscene to gameplay. Yeah. I'm saying. Is Shadows like that? Where Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, right. Hmm. Holy crap. I gotta say, this is blowing me away. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at us. We kind of did watch the whole thing. Sorry. Yeah. What a absolute man! This thing is. It reminds me of that new vampire game that's coming out soon. Yes, that looks just as good. I gotta say the hype for me, as far as between these two, definitely Dawn Walker, more so. But this one looks really freaking good. Woohoo! I'm probably gonna, if I can play it on Steam, I'm gonna get it on Steam. This looks absolutely nuts. Good night. Oh. Oh.
Safe. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You're gonna call me a little crazy. This reminds me of Breath of the Wild.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Not the game itself, but the idea that I can be honest, I didn't see anything new in that game. The hype comes from who's making it.
Yes.
The fact that a normally live service studio is funding this NetEase is the more interesting part of this. It's like I don't know if you guys know the Pokemon company.
Niantic?
Yes. No. What are they called? Game Freak.
Yeah.
Game Freak is making a similar kind of game.
Yeah.
But that also doesn't look very, kind of generic. And when I say generic, it sounds bad. I don't mean it to sound bad.
Yeah.
It's not anything new that we've never seen before, except for the setting. It's more interesting who's making the game.
Yeah.
It's weird that Game Freak would be making a third-person action game. It's weird that NetEase is pushing for a AAA single-player game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, like it's worthy of attention because of that.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one. It's
definitely
not going to be something I'm going to be playing day one, just because I could see the hype for this one going off the rails.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to just trip that fuse. But yeah, it looks interesting. It's a well-made trailer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'd love to hear it sometime.
What we're something we've been seeing recently in games is the rise of China and Korea specifically. Japan's always been there, but China and Korea are now making their own stuff. So we're seeing a lot more Chinese and Korean myth.
Yes.
Like with Black Myth Wukong and Wu Chang and this one.
Yep.
They're just like stuff we've never seen out here in the West because we're not exposed to Chinese history. You know?
Yep.
Right. And it's going to be interesting to see how well that, I mean, because we're seeing more of these games coming out of the Far East, it's going to be interesting to see how those stories resonate with Western audiences. And we're already starting to see it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Black Myth is probably the best kind of barometer of what we can expect it doing here in the States. And I think it did really well. I know that a lot of reviewers pointed out the fact that, it was being propped up by Chinese citizens, which I get. There's like a billion of them running around over.
Yeah,
over
but at the same time, if there's issues with the game, even if it's Chinese made, they'll tell you about it.
100%.
Look at the Steam reviews for Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, because the PC optimization was poor. It's got an overwhelmingly negative standing on there.
Right on. Okay. I've been kind of out of the loop for a while. Yeah. Oh, also just to kind of, just been kind of enjoying family time. I've been kind of cutting myself off. I'll read articles here and there, but man, I've just been kind of kicking my legs up and, just kind of floating about.
I don't think
enjoying that dad life.
Yeah.
You haven't missed any you gotta play this game other than Expedition 33.
Right.
That's all the problems with.
There are no you can't miss it games. That's
according to you. According to you, Fox has to stay up to date. He's got to be on the ball. He's got to pay attention. You can do whatever.
Oh my god.
I'll get to these games eventually on my own
Not
time.
before he will.
Well,
no, probably not.
I see.
But I'll play them after everybody's long forgotten about them, and then it'll be new to them again.
Retro night. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How long before Expedition 33 is going to be a retro game? God.
That's
I don't know, at the pace that we're going, it could be next year.
Yeah, dude, it's getting crazy, especially if that AI. You know what? Oh,
I can't be the only one though. I can't be the only one that just doesn't want to play a brand new game just because there's so much noise and hype around it.
Yeah, I think FOMO just in general is kind of dying out because of the pricing that's going on right now, which I'm happy to see. I'm happy to also say that I'm a big proponent of Steam now. You know,
One of us.
I've not opened my PlayStation in it seems like forever, but I use my Steam Deck a ton. You know,
so you're cool with them being able to take away games whenever they want and having things not optimized
with Steam.
Yeah,
as far as like looking at this as a whole, Steam is the best kind of refuge that we have right now. I hope I'm using it. Refuge that we have right now. PlayStation, just like, you know, Xbox or whatever, they want to nanny you. They want to be your big brother. They want to spy on you and, you know, freaking, you know, tell you, hey, you can't play this live service game because you use naughty words. And so now you can't, we won't allow you to play it. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure they have some of that bleeds over into Steam because those same companies put their games on Steam. But as far as where am I going to find the best experience, I think it's going to be on Steam. You know,
if you have a digital platform, a digital marketplace, no matter who's running it, games can be taken out of your library. I don't like that.
Me either.
Period. Regardless of who's doing it.
Right.
But as far as just looking at it from a consumer's point of view, the best value that I get for the games that I want to play is without, I mean, I don't know about Game Pass. I was thinking about it at some point, like maybe I would sign up for that, but now, no, I don't need to. I've got enough of a backlog to leave me floating for a while, but
yes,
the best value that I've got that I could find is using Steam and other codes from other marketplaces, but all playing through Steam. That's what works for me. It's always like a personal decision, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right on.
The problem is like centralized anything.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of everything is on this one thing. I like I think people having the option to choose is the best outcome for markets and for individuals. For Steam to hoard every game, it means Steam owns every game. You don't own the games.
Right.
Well, you don't own them anyway.
Yeah,
I know
according to
that. I'm
Ubisoft.
just using this as a point of principle.
You're only renting the license. I can't believe they said
Yeah.
that. That was just absolute garbage. Oh God. It's like, and I don't usually like call for the government to step in and do anything. But dude, like you telling us that we're only renting a license, since when? When did that change? For one, I don't like it. I didn't agree with that. And two, it's like someone should step in and say, hey, they bought these games. They own these games.
Did you read every end user license agreement in every video game you've played?
No.
It's funny. I've been reading them a lot more, actually.
It kind of forces you to, but holy crap, dude! They're so long, and I think that is by design. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, yeah, they were expecting you not to pay attention. Oh yeah, I'll just click this end user agreement. Let me just play the game. It's like, we got you now. It's like, no, wait a second. That seems very slimy and deceptive.
But even if you know ahead of time, hey, one day we're going to take this away from you and there's jack all you can do about it, you would still click yes, okay, I agree.
So, okay. And see,
I was just thinking that because, you can read the entire end user license agreement and find something in there that you don't like, but you're still faced with the decision.
Yep.
Am I going to play this or not?
Yeah. And see, and this is why I think it's a couple reasons why I think Game Pass will start to kind of pick up with people. It's just because, one, you like studios telling you don't own your games. Okay, fine. I'll go somewhere where I know I don't own them and I could just jump in and out of them as I choose. And then the pricing, everyone's going to go to $80 or up, and then Xbox starts looking really, really good. So it was really stupid on their part to, increase the price of everything. As far as I know, they probably, the way it sounds, they make everything in China, and China was getting slapped with crazy tariffs at the time. So yeah, it makes sense, I guess. But I mean,
that was a lot of reactionary marketing, and it's basically settled now.
Yes. Yep.
So you would think, oh, they can lower it again. No.
If they can get away with it, they will. Which they kind of won't.
Nintendo proved that people will pay $80, will pay $600.
Yes.
So blame Nintendo and blame Nintendo fans, I say.
Yeah, anybody that's trying to justify the price increases of games, like, who do you work for? Who's got their hand up your backside?
Yeah,
right.
Because
please tell me that you're not acting like this much of a fanboy for free.
For free,
please. I could understand. I could understand people trying to make this argument that, oh, inflation and all that stuff. $80 is fine. I'd gladly pay $100. If you're doing that for free, oh, you are vastly underestimating yourself for one.
Yeah. Yes, and so my issue with that whole thing is like you shilling for companies charging $80. It's like, okay, pan out a little bit, microtransactions and every which way they've monetized these games.
Wait, Fox, microtransactions make games fun. Didn't you hear?
Who said that? I forgot.
Yves Guillemot.
The stupidest. I'm going to say this. You're big. You've got the issue with Darth Lars.
Yes.
With me, it's Yves, Yves, whatever, however you want to say his name.
You're French. Yves Guillemot.
Guillemot or whatever his name is. I don't care. I don't like the guy enough to try and say his name right. Which is kind of you guys might not know this, but that's a big insult coming from me. I always try to get people's names right, but that guy can just. I'm not going to say this on the family friendly Fox show, but he can go fly a kite and pound sand at the same time,
which doesn't make for good flight or kite flying. You get tripped up all the time.
I wouldn't expect much from him anyway.
Don't worry, his son will take over, and I'm sure he won't be exactly the same kind of person.
Of course not. Yes, that tree threw that apple like miles away. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see about that. That's if the investors don't kick him out first, or they get bought up by someone else. Because I don't think they're long for this.
I maintain my idea. I said this last year on this very show that Tencent is doing a total takeover.
Oh yeah.
They encroached inroads. They did their whole split of the company, the subsidiary. That was that's more of a foot in the door. That's a push through the door.
Yep. That was
soon they will have the whole thing.
Yeah, that was the worst thing that Ubisoft could have done. They should have just made good games and listened to the players.
Well, yeah, that'd have been nice.
That would have been nice. Instead, they kind of, that's hyperbolic. I was gonna say they sold their soul to the devil, and now, but Tencent's not the devil. They're just, a game.
There's a lot of people that I'm sure.
I'm just using
a lot of people that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
There's a lot of people that are looking at what Tencent is doing and wishing, oh man, I wish I'd have done that. I wish I'd have had the brains to see that through. Yeah. I can't really be mad at them because they didn't, as far as we know, exploit any rules or do anything illegal, at least anything that they can be caught for. Maybe in the future we'll get some evidence that says that there was some nefariousness going on, and maybe some lawsuits will come about as a result of that. But they waited. They were patient.
Yep. Because they just knew.
It's hard to fault that.
They just knew. They knew that they were gonna screw up. It's like they saw
it's very interesting that companies like Tencent and NetEase, whatever you think about these giant Chinese conglomerates, are better at understanding the Western market than Western AAA studios. Yeah. Because they look at the trends and say, Ubisoft is getting a lot of bad press for this Assassin's Creed Shadows thing. This might be the time to get in on it because we're going to basically short the market and bet against them. Yeah. So when it pays off, and it did pay off, hey, there we go. We got them for dirt cheap.
Without the debt, too.
Dirty D's for dirt cheap.
That's the important part. Is they could. I mean, people were saying, "Well, Tencent's going to buy Ubisoft outright." I'm like, but why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just wait until they have to sell off their assets?
Exactly.
And then buy it without picking up all of that debt.
Yep. Exactly.
This is in effect what they've done. They've got their hands on some juicy IP. Yep. And they don't have the downside. It's everything came up Millhouse for them.
Millhouse. Oh my gosh. What's say?
It's just that I think that they have like one other thing I wanted to say. It's they seem to have a longer term vision. Yeah. For their planning than Western studios do, where it says we need to make as much money as we can right now.
We need to be Fortnite right now.
Yes. Yeah. Oh good lord. PlayStation. Jeez, dude. They could all benefit from just just going back to, their roots, business as usual, instead of trying to chase in trends. That's what everyone's doing right now. Holy crap. And it's seriously biting them in the behind right now.
Well,
good Lord.
Are you talking about Fortnite?
No, Fortnite, as far as I know, is doing pretty well still. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Chasing live service. I mean, it's if you can catch it, if you can catch that lightning in a bottle, that is a successful live service game, you've got a license to print money.
Yes.
I can understand why everybody wants to do that. But the problem is that for all the people that are trying to, it's important to remember that not everybody's good at their job.
Yeah.
Not everybody's good at forecasting. Not everybody's good at planning.
Also, what you said earlier, Fox, about market saturation. There's only so many people you can get with this.
Yep.
And if they're not already playing Fortnite or Roblox or COD or what have you, it's like, why would they play your brand new thing?
Yeah, exactly.
The product has to be good enough to pull away people from existing games.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Fair Games ain't going to do that. Concord ain't going to do that.
Nope.
Marathon.
It's not going to do that. Oh my God. They should have saw the writing on the wall and just canceled that one off out the gate.
Why would they do that when they can lose more money?
See, yeah, but the problem is the last two CEOs have been giant flipping idiots.
Yeah. Ryan, I held Ryan in kind of a higher regard, just because, the PS5, especially with what it was going through, I think he has handled that pretty well. Now they're at like 77 million consoles sold, way past what Xbox is now. I think they're still in the 30 millions, which is just wow. But
which is why they pivoted their market strategy.
To
be more about putting software everywhere, as opposed to, well, we can't shift enough of these boxes, we're just going to put all our stuff everywhere and still reap the benefits. Which, by the way, paid off.
Yes.
Because was it Forza Horizon sold 3 million or some ridiculous number? On PlayStation 5?
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that studio to put in another Forza Horizon game. Oh wait.
Actually, okay. No, hold on. They will, because that's a different studio. The main Forza Motorsport is done.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm fine with, because the last Forza Motorsport sucked. And if you're going to kill that company, good. You killed the franchise. I hate the last Forza Motorsport. Horizon is fine. I'm not a fan of 5, but it was fine.
Right on. Good Lord. You're just the all around.
I play a lot of games, Fox.
Good Lord. Holy crap. I'm still trying to get through Prince of Persia. That Metrovania that they came out with, not the newer one.
Lost Crown?
Yes.
Oh,
still getting
through
that one.
You didn't pay $50 for that.
I think I got it on sale. It was like $39.99, I think. But dude, honestly, I think I would have. It's really good. I like it a lot.
I heard about that. I mean, yeah, because from everybody that I heard, it was a good game. It was just the pricing of it was ridiculous for Metroidvania. It's such a concentrated genre.
Well, good news, they shut down the studio that made it.
Yes, they did.
Well,
and I'm not laughing at the people, but sorry. Okay, let me just say this up rip. I'm not laughing at people losing their jobs. Jeez, but that was funny. Okay. Good Lord.
Yeah. It's man. What a cluster.
Ubisoft, baby.
Yeah, dude. Ubisoft, Xbox with Tango Gameworks, freaking. Yeah.
I never played it. I can't comment on it.
Me either.
No. Hi-Fi Rush sucked. That was a terrible game. I don't know why people pretended to slurp that. It was a lousy game, and Shin Mikami had already 2 feet out the door by the time they shut down that studio. So I was fine with them closing it.
I have got to play it. I gotta see what's going on now, because all I hear is that it was such a great game, It won all these awards, it sold this many copies, which it didn't sell that many, but everyone like sings its praises, But now, Loki, you saying that, I think I've got to play it. Okay, so we've got about 30 minutes to get through our top 3. I'm sorry. This has been amazing. I absolutely love the commentary. But I really want to get your guys' opinion on the stuff we're going to cover. So first, we're going to talk about Runway and the AI putting the power in the layman, if I could just say that, layman's hands, the dirty peasants giving us the power. But this is coming from The Verge. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to get your guys' commentary. Let's see. All right, perfect. Okay, so from The Verge, Runway is going to let people generate video games, if I could speak. We won't get into their Hollywood stuff, but this is kind of old, but I really, really wanted to talk about this. But this week, I was granted access to a new interactive gaming experience that Runway plans to make available to everyone as soon as next week, according to CEO Cristobal Venezuela. The consumer-facing product is currently quite bare bones with a chat interface that supports only text and image generation. But Venezuela says that generated video games are coming later this year, which is nuts. He says that Runway is also in talks with gaming companies about both using its technology and accessing their dataset for training. I think this is huge because, I mean, we see the absolute rapid pace that AI is moving. It's like, it's like they put it on the back burn with the Will Smith eating spaghetti, and then it's just accelerated at lightning speed. It's crazy. So this is gonna happen, and it's going to be good. Me personally, I'm on the side of, I think it's great that you're putting more power in the hands of people who've always wanted to do these things, like make music or make video games, but they get settled into their life, have kids or whatever the case may be, but that dream has fell to the wayside and they have to focus on other things. But now with this, they get a chance to do something they always dreamed about doing, which I think is crazy. And also the people that are in the industry already, and maybe they want to tinker with this, they know the know-how, they know what looks good, how to kind of tweak things and all that good stuff, so they can make video games. Another Expedition 33, it's like, my studio says they don't want to make this game, I do. I'm going to use this technology to make the video game I want to make. What do you guys think about all that? Sorry. It was a lot.
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Kay. I got stuff.
Okay. I'm apparently having a bit of an identity crisis on the right here. Apparently I'm Loki, so.
Oh, geez. Oh, my God.
That's okay. I just thought it was funny. It's impossible for me to anticipate exactly how this is going to work. That's why I don't comment on a lot of this stuff, because it's just too early to tell how it's going to be used, how it's going to be abused. But
good Lord.
Obviously there's a lot of potential in this. It's just hard to figure out what path things are going to go down. I mean, I'm thinking of it in one example that I came up with was as a proof of concept. Like, let's say that I want to approach a publisher, or I want to approach a dev studio and say, hey, listen, I've got a great idea for a game. I whipped up this proof of concept in Runway. What do you think? Do you think that this is something that you can develop further? This is something that can make money? And in that sense, it can be very good. It can make game development a lot more accessible for everybody. And in that sense, I can see the fear from established game developers of, are we going to be priced out of a job because this can do what we're doing so much faster? Or do we have to find a way to adapt quickly so that we can capitalize on this?
Yeah.
That seems to be that's what I'm thinking the answer is going to have to be, really, because how much of a market, after a couple of years of this being out, how much more of a market is there going to be for, quote, handmade games? There might still be. I don't know. It's such a game changer.
Yes. Yep.
3 things. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible because they're kind of big. Microsoft already tried to make an AI game entirely this past year using their proprietary Azure platform. We'll get back to that. But basically, it made a Quake clone. It was fed just a bunch of first-person shooter data from Quake and said, make a game like this.
Yeah.
And they had players play the game that the AI program had made, and they all said it sucked. So the reason it sucked is because computers don't understand the concept of fun. It can copy what it's seen, but you still need a human variant. You need a person in there to program what humans think like.
Yeah.
AI, no matter what AI program, it still does not think like a human.
Yeah.
It does not have enough variance and nuance, so you still need people.
Yeah.
As far as proprietary, which is another big issue, is if this thing is like open source or very cheap, I think you're going to see a lot more smaller AIs that are like specific to doing one thing in the future. We're in kind of an AI arms race right now with big companies where they all want an AI like Grok or whatever that will do everything.
Yeah.
I don't think that's where the market's going. I think the market's going to smaller LLMs, language learning models, to do specific tasks. I know. Yeah. Third thing, I'm fine with this idea ultimately because it's going to lead to what we've already seen. We've already seen. You may have heard the term, of what is it, like, we are the media now, old media is dead, new media, whatever, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And people usually use that to mean the news. But if you take media to mean all media, as in, let's just say the last 10 years, how many new artists have popped up here on YouTube just making music on their own? How many new podcasts? How many new artists? How many new game developers? People taking their, taking the initiative on their own to make their own entertainment. We've seen a ton of that in the last few years. We're going to see even more. So tools like this to make our own entertainment, I'm all for.
Okay. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, it's making it accessible for people. Yeah. And as long as you have the drive and the will to do it, you can.
Yeah.
And you've got better tools too.
And it's something what you said at the top of the show, Nas, is like the best singers are working button factories.
I don't know. They won't have to.
Exactly. It's given that power to people who want to do these things, but don't have like the know-how, the technology, or the opportunity. And I think this is great.
Even just the time.
Yeah.
I mean, this can seriously cut down on your workflow for pretty much every application.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
I wouldn't have to spend as many hours as I do editing. I'd be able to do it in a few minutes, which would be great.
Yeah.
It should be great for anybody.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh yeah, and so I get where people are coming from. That it's like they're afraid that it's going to take jobs, and it is going to do that. It's going to take people's jobs away. And I was so I was trying to
thrown a great big boulder into an otherwise placid lake.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going to happen, and there's this, in a sense, like this collective fear of this unknown future. Like, how is this going to shake out? Nobody really knows for sure. People can guess, people can speculate based off of other game-changing inventions and so on and so forth. But we don't really know how everything is going to shake out.
Yeah,
there are still radio stations. There are still printed books.
Fax machines.
There are still plays live on stage. People still do these things that are obsolete because there's a desire for them.
Right on.
When there stops being a desire, they'll stop happening.
100%.
So I'm not one of these area fearmongers. It's like, it's going to take over everything and there'll be no artists. Like, of course not. You're still going, as I said, you're still going to need humans, need people to do things. Yeah.
And then there are going to be people who prefer that. Like people who prefer plays over, going to having a movie theater experience. So
I want my handmade game.
Yeah. So no, you're right. It will shrink.
Ignoring the fact, of course, that handmade game is made on a computer and not written by hand in code. I mean, we've already sort of accepted that some of these technologies that vastly improve our lives are here to stay.
Yes, that's a very good point.
So what Loki's saying, I think it's just going to be another tool. And my cat wants to say something. Would you stop? Sorry.
You're all good, dude. You're all good. So very good points from, goodness gracious. You guys are like the dynamic duo. You guys are killing it together. It's like so much for, everyone to chew on,
We are two very opinionated individuals, yes.
Yes. I do wish we had the whole gamut though, so we could just freaking all go in on this, because there's going to be someone who's going to have a different opinion, or hitting everyone's blind spot. I would love to get everyone's opinion.
Well, that's what the comment section is for. So make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. See, people are usually doing that to me on my streams. I'm going to do that to someone else.
I appreciate it. Bring more of that. Goodness gracious. Thank you. That was awesome. I was like, oh crap, I totally forgot. That was the perfect opportunity and I flubbed it.
It's all right. I got you.
Right on. Well, I appreciate that. Everything's fixed now, by the way.
Cool.
Loki's no longer Nas, and Nas is no longer Loki.
Oh, thank God. Felt really small in there.
Felt really Canadian-y.
Hey, that's hilarious. Moving on, Sony's attempt at getting out of a settlement with California with their digital games. We'll get into that. I think this is a really great one because I want to get your opinions on what do we think about digital games as a whole. And this kind of alludes to it a little bit, but should digital games be cheaper than physical games? Right?
Yeah.
We've had this conversation a couple times. I am firmly in Gigi, she did bring up a good point. It's like if it's a live service game, I get it. You got to keep the servers on and all this and all that. But if it's a single player, game, you put it out there and that's it. You just kind of take your hands off of it. They'll, let the chips fall where they may. That should be cheaper than a physical disc, I think.
Well, I mean, if it's a live service game and needs to be a live service game, because there's single player games that don't need to be.
Oh yeah, the always online.
Yeah.
In theory, I agree with you. In practice, nobody's doing it yet. The only ones that are doing it are like indie developers who they don't have the resources to print discs. So they can only give you digital games, and typically those digital games are cheaper.
Yeah.
But if you're, Xbox, Microsoft, Nintendo, why would you make it cheaper if people are willing to pay more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's absolutely it. We're so acclimated to buying games just digitally now that doesn't make any sense. They're probably looking at it like we're leaving money on the table because people are going to want to buy digital games anyway. If we make it cheaper for them, we're losing money. Why would we do that?
Yep.
I understand from their point of view. And also, I do want to just address one point that you said nobody's making physical media anymore as far as like indie developers go. There is one guy who is spearheading that project, and he's the developer of Foxtail, an upcoming indie game.
Okay.
He's putting it out there to pretty much any indie developer that wants to have a physical copy of their game made. The price basically gets put on the consumer to buy it. It's only like a few bucks extra per copy.
Yeah.
The indie developers themselves don't actually have to pay anything over and above for that, which is kind of neat because,
oh dude, that's sick.
I mean, there's going to be, because it's so much harder now to find a physical copy of a game. I think there's going to be a little bit more of a demand for it because, especially now, seeing that games can just be removed from your library willy-nilly, and we're seeing it happen more often.
Yep.
Especially with this whole payment processor BS. I think there's a market for it.
Yeah.
And it's good to at least have that option, especially if it's not stupidly expensive.
It should always be an option, no matter what I think about. It depends on the game for me, whether or not I want it digital or want it physical. It's not a flat rate, boilerplate, whatever word I'm trying to use here.
All or nothing.
But, yeah. But the bigger issue with physical games, especially from the larger companies, is that straight up, not the whole game isn't on the disc, and it isn't. They basically tell you. It's like, hey, if it says on the box, internet required for download, oh, well, the whole game's not here. Why don't I get it digitally? And they know this when making the game, because they want you to have it all digital. They don't want to print any more discs.
Right, because the overhead is crazy. I mean, especially nowadays, and people are buying more digital than they are physical, and that's inescapable. Which it is what it is. It's one of those things. What do you do?
How many? This is a generic question. It's not meant to really have an answer. How many movies do you see a year? Okay, how many of those movies are on streaming versus how much you go to the theater versus how much you buy a DVD or Blu-ray?
Yeah,
that's where the same thing's going to happen with games.
Yeah, 100%. And along that, I think the Netflix, which I think Game Pass is vying for that position right now, the Netflix of games is the one that's going to come out on top, I think, and everyone else will just kind of be picking up their scraps. That's why I kind of like where Xbox is going at. Well, I like they're breaking down exclusivity. As far as the Netflix of games, I think that's just a really smart move. I think it's just really, really smart. However, let's get into this real quick, and then we'll see what exactly this
thing
settlement, or this settlement's all about. This class action lawsuit. Good lord, words are hard, everybody. Sony's attempt at out of court settlement through PlayStation.
You know how many times I say that during my stream?
Words are hard, guys.
They are.
They're so hard. So Sony's attempt at out-of-court settlement through PlayStation Store credits has been denied. So a little bit of history on this. So people got together. They felt like they were, they were being shafted because you could only find PlayStation games on PlayStation. They have a few on PC now, but they're priced at the same on their store. Anyway, a judge thought, okay, we can move along with this. But Sony attempted to sell this out of court with the 7.8 million in like store credit, and the judge is like, absolutely not. No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
4.4 million people were part of that class action, were eligible to be part of that class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
And you're basically giving them just under $2 each for their trouble.
Yeah. Right on. And not only that, it's like, oh, here they use this term, coupon settlement. We will get there. Well, you know what? Here. I was seeing if, that's another, holy crap, that's another big one. They put it in the contracts of people, whoever selling on Sony, that they're in charge of the price, not the actual studio, which is crazy to me. Sony recently attempted to settle one of its class action lawsuits through an out-of-court settlement that would have involved the company paying out $7.8 million to the plaintiffs. According to Reuters, the settlement was stopped by U.S. District Judge Araceli Martinez Olguin. Oof. Loki.
Olguin is fine.
Okay. In a ruling last week, Sony's plans for the settlement involved giving out the money in the form of PlayStation Store wallet balance to all plaintiffs of the class action lawsuit. For context, the class action lawsuit alleges that Sony has unfair pricing for digital copies of its games, with the plaintiffs saying that the company has been overcharging its audience. In their ruling, Judge Martinez Olguin said that she had not been convinced that the settlement was adequate, describing Sony's attempted settlement as a coupon settlement. All right. I mean, there's not much to comment on that. So,
well,
yeah.
I don't know if it gets into the individual pricing. What'd you say it was, Kate? It was like $2 or $3 per person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, around like a little less than $2 a person.
That's typically what happens in class action lawsuits. Is like, if you have a bunch of people, the company wants to settle for as little as possible. So the first person to say, "Yep, we'll take it," it's like, well, you've decided for everyone. Which is why I've never been a big fan of class action lawsuits. Individual suits will get you more.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Right on.
As far as the Sony pricing, it's pretty bad. But I think worse. Neither of you guys play PlayStation, right?
I do.
Not really anymore.
Okay.
I mean,
you haven't. Okay, it's more specific. Have you been on the PlayStation Store recently?
Pretty recent. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Loki.
Have you seen how many $2, $3, and $1 pieces of crap AI asset flip games there are?
There seems like a ton of them.
There are so many, and Sony does not do any quality control over them whatsoever.
Oof, yeah.
So I'm not in any way surprised that someone would sue. Just like, your prices are ridiculous on the PlayStation Store. Yeah. Frankly, I wish they'd sue to get rid of all these crummy little AI asset flips. But what would you say later on in the article? They reveal that Sony is in charge of the pricing, not the companies who are producing the games.
Yes. Yep.
So that's one of those like open secrets, like we all kind of assumed. So this must also be true of Xbox. This must also be true of Steam.
Right on.
So our railing against the standardized pricing of going to $60 to $70 to $80, even though we all knew it was the big four, really, with Nintendo in there as well.
Yeah.
It's nice to have confirmation. It was like, yeah, they're the ones setting it and not anyone else.
Right.
So this whole games are $80. It's like, well, it says who? The people selling them. Huh.
They can't pin it on the studios.
Yep.
So in reference to that, so at the same time, Sony deprives developers of their commercial freedom of movement, wrote the foundation in its announcement. Third-party developers and publishers are contractually obliged to sell their titles exclusively through the PlayStation Store. They also have to give Sony the final say on the price for which their own titles will be placed in the digital shop window. Developers thus lose their freedom to set their own price, but also their negotiating position as a commercial party. And
that must be true of indie games as well.
That would make sense.
Well, yeah. Especially if they, you don't have a publisher, you need someone to put your game out there. And what was it? It was Xbox's. Oh God, not Embracer Group.
The ID at Xbox.
It's kind of popular game. The dude came out and put his foot in his mouth saying, if you really want to buy this game at $80, you'll find a way. Borderlands 4. Yes, he came out and said that he wasn't in charge of the pricing, so he had no idea. He should have stuck with that instead of opening his mouth and saying really dumb stuff.
That's that was a dumb thing to say, yes. But the fact that he did say that, and then to see this suit, which I'm surprised it hasn't gotten more traction. This is the first I'm hearing of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Confirming that Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, Steam are the ones who set these prices and not the people who make the games,
right,
is very interesting to me.
Yeah,
that should get way more pushback. So sorry, Pitchford was right in this one time. That's the only compliment I'm ever going to give him.
Well, it's not really a compliment. That's just telling the truth.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
But I don't know I wonder if that's the same for Steam, because I always thought that indie developers.
It might not be, I'm assuming.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they have some freedom in setting their prices.
Yeah.
But I would strongly suspect that for Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, wanting the control that they do, probably set the prices for their own marketplace.
100%. Yeah. But you would assume that if they were given the chance to set their own price, they'd make it cheaper because more people would be interested in it. The cheaper it is,
I tweeted this a long time ago, but there's this idea in your head. We've been trained by so many years of games. Okay, we're used to $60 games. It sucks.
Yes.
I hate it, but we're used to it. So when you see something that's 70, you're like, whoa, that's too much. But if you see a game that's 50, it's like, oh, wow, that's
what a deal.
Novel and interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, hold on. If you see a game that's 40, you're like, is it on sale? Is it broken? Is it too short? You see a game that's 20, it's like, oh, it's on sale. So in your head, you've already assigned what you value games at. So the fact that the studios making the games can't do that, that's kind of BS.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
Because, you make a 2-hour game and then Sony decides, oh, we're going to charge $60 for this.
Yeah, who was that?
You are going to be getting the heat.
Yeah.
For the price of the game relative to the value of it.
Yeah. It's like
you, the developer, assume all hatred coming from the audience at that point.
It's assuming you don't put your foot in your mouth. If you do that, that's on you.
But it's weird. We're starting to see more of these lawsuits now because there's this California one, there's a UK one, there's a Dutch one now.
Yeah.
All pretty much centering around Sony's control over their own marketplace. So maybe one of these will land.
Yeah, and usually I'm not in the camp of, someone, the government legislating, that kind of thing. But we need protections, as consumers, especially in video games. It seems like we're the last kind of stand in refuge. It's kind of like the Wild West, It's like these companies kind of get to do whatever they want and no one's kind of stepping in for the consumer. But go ahead. Yeah, sorry, Logan.
Well, the consumers, by and large, are not stepping forward and doing anything.
No, I'm for the idea of protecting the companies, as you said. If they want to set their own market price, let them.
Yeah.
If we all, this is another thing we've all kind of getting used to, whether or not you're going to buy it. We've all kind of gotten used to the idea that GTA 6 is going to be 100, and we know in air quotes, we know that's Rockstar 2K, whoever. Is setting that price, not necessarily Xbox or PlayStation.
And I do believe that they're going to surprise a lot of people and price it relatively fairly. I think they're going to do that. They're big enough where they don't have to, but go ahead, Loki. Sorry.
I agree because of, I don't know if we have time for this today, but because of the Outer Worlds 2 thing that just happened with Xbox.
See, with Outer World 2, well, just Xbox in general, dude, they really got out there and showed their ass. It was like, yeah, we can do this. We can sell our game at $80. It was like, dude, you are outside of your mind. And we mentioned this before in prior live streams. It's like a lot of people are going to get their feelings hurt. There are going to be a lot of dust settling on these games on the shelves for $80, and there are going to be a very select few that are going to be able to make their price and people are going to buy it.
To start with Outer Worlds 2, though, is just a stupid idea. Like,
the game doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what game it would have been. Mario Kart, by the way, no. Mario Kart was the first one to do this. Mario Kart World was $80, not, and you're like, oh, you get the bundle. It's like, that's aside from the point. The point is you tried to sell an $80 game and people bought it.
Yeah.
So Microsoft said, people are buying $80 games now.
Well, people didn't just buy it because it was an $80 game. People bought it because it was an $80 game from Nintendo Switch 2, and it was a Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
I think that's why, because look at the response to Outer Worlds 2. No one wants to buy that for $80. I don't want to buy that for $40. I don't want to buy it for $10 because of the previous game that came before and how disappointing that was.
It was fine.
It was not.
It was fine.
It was not fine.
It was not. I would pay like $35 for it. Yeah.
I would pay $0 and still be disappointed. Sorry, I had some very particular feelings about that game. I was really
New Vegas in space. How could you not like it?
It's not New Vegas in space.
It's the same thing.
It is not. New Vegas
totally
lasted a long time. Outer Worlds, just when I thought I was starting to get into the
game
meat of the game.
Dependent on the price now.
Just as I thought I was getting into the meat of the game,
100%,
it was like, we're done. What the hell is that?
Oh, no. You think so too, Fox? That the length of a game depends on its or the price of a game depends on its length?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Because it can go a lot further if it's cheaper.
Just the length, though.
You're willing to put up with a lot more if it's cheaper too. But go ahead. Sorry, Nas.
So it wasn't just the length of the game. It was just that I was starting to get introduced to new things, and I thought that there was more depth to the game.
There's never been depth in Obsidian games. They're shallow as a puddle.
Okay, we're going to have a separate discussion.
No. Yeah, I know, but I want to do it now. Avowed is like the same thing. Like Avowed is just Oblivion again. It's prettier and fun to play, and I liked it, but it's soulless. Obsidian games are soulless. They had one good idea, and nobody bought it, and it was Alpha Protocol back in the PS3 360 game.
Jeez.
That was great.
Hearing about that.
That game was great, and nobody bought it. So I was like, all right, let's just make copies of all the other old games now. Outer Worlds is just a copy of New Vegas, which was just a copy of Fallout 3. That's all they do.
I wouldn't say it was a copy of Fallout 3. I'd say that, I mean, obviously it was built off the same engine.
You can't see the face I'm making at you right now, but you can imagine it.
I'm the only one with my face showing you guys.
And I don't care.
Yeah. Right on. I know you guys have to leave soon. I don't want to keep you. I got to make breakfast for the kids soon too. But let's get into the last one. This has been amazing. I love having you guys on. Again, wish everyone could have joined, but this is pretty solid.
They'll regret it. Don't worry.
Yeah, you'll regret it. This is coming from BG Charts. Job listing reveals PlayStation Studios titles to expand across Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, Epic, and mobile. The biggest one being Xbox. I don't know why you just didn't lead with that. I mean, you kind of did, but everything else, you don't need any of that in there because they're two of the biggest rivals since 20 years. They've been going at each other for a very, very long time. You don't need any of this other stuff. I would have been interested. You said PlayStation's putting their stuff on Xbox. Like, oh, okay. Anyway, let's get into the article. A Sony Interactive Entertainment job listing has revealed Sony plans to expand PlayStation Studios titles to more platforms, including Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, Epic, blah, the whole gamut. The job is for a senior director of multi-platforms and account management and will be reporting to the vice president. Quote, reporting to the Vice President, Commercial Management as Senior Director of Multi-Platforms and Account Management, you will play a critical leadership role in shaping and executing the global commercial strategy for PlayStation Studios software titles across all digital platforms beyond PlayStation hardware, including Steam, Epic Game Store, Xbox, Nintendo, and mobile. Holy crap. Brief overview for the job listing. This, for the past year, that's kind of what we've been harping on. Busting down the walls of exclusivity, and we knew that Sony was going to be the last one to kind of cross the threshold of that, just because Sony thinks that and especially in this era, it's like the PlayStation 3 all over again. Yeah. It's like we could sell our games at whatever price, we could sell our consoles at whatever price, i.e. the PlayStation 5 Pro, holy crap. And people are still going to buy it. Rude Awakening. and I still stand by. I don't think the PlayStation 5 is going to sell as much as the PlayStation 4. It's saying, oh, they're keeping up with each other. Sure, whatever. At the end of this generation, we'll see where the cards have fallen on that. Anyway,
that's corporate speak, though.
Mm-hmm.
If they were actually ahead, they would say they were ahead. If they're saying they're keeping up, it means they're behind.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. But here we are. What we have kind of predicted was going to happen is kind of coming to pass, and we've said for them to be able to make the kind of money that they're looking to make, you've got to expand that pond out. You can't just keep selling your same old stuff to the same old consumers. You've got to get new eyes on your product to get people into your ecosystem and to sell more games or, consoles or whatever. Looks like they kind of come to the realization, oh, we got to do this. And it's been working out for Xbox. So, and we kind of knew that was going to happen too. They were going to sit back in the cut and see how this done in Xbox. And a lot of their games were like taking the number 10 spot, like part of the top 10 games sold on PlayStation. So yeah, they had really good feedback. Go ahead. Sorry, Loki.
I'll say this is not something they wanted to do. This is something they have to do because same thing with Xbox. Xbox said, "Oh, we're okay." They're not out of the console market, whatever people want to say, but they're behind, and they know they're behind.
Oh yeah.
So, this past console generation, they've shifted strategies. They're like, okay, we've lost this battle, but in my opinion, they've already won the new war. The new war is digital war. And so Sony having to put their stuff on Nintendo and Xbox is because Forza Horizon sold crazy, and they said, oh, we can make money by doing this. Let's make money.
Yeah.
2, they've gone all in on live service, and they've all failed except Helldivers 2.
Yep.
The 2 upcoming live service games are going to fail or be canceled. Fair Games and Marathon. They're going to cancel.
Yep.
They're certainly going to cancel Fair Games. I'm confident they'll also cancel Marathon.
Yeah.
But they've spent literal billions of dollars on this live service stuff, and they've lost their butt. I can't confirm what I'm about to tell you. This is a rumor. I don't even want to tell you where I heard it from. They might sell Spider-Man entirely to Disney.
Oh, shoot.
Because they do still own Spider-Man, and for like the movies and stuff, they have to go through Sony.
Yeah.
Sony has done so many bad things these last few years. Allegedly, they're selling Spider-Man to Disney for Disney to own entirely.
Yeah, because I mean, with them. Oh, go ahead, Logan.
Yeah,
Sorry.
To wrap it up, this is a desperation move.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, because that makes sense. Their, Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man has just sucked all of the era out of, especially their movie
you didn't
side.
Like Madam Web?
Oh, you mean Sydney Sweeney? Yeah, I did. I did. I loved it. But so yeah, no, that tracks. They got to make that money up somewhere. But man. Because when we go to the game side, the movie side, they totally poo-pooed that. They crapped the bed big time. But on the game side, Spider-Man 1, 2, I mean, 2 not as much, but 1 sold like crazy. So I wonder what that's going to do with like Insomniac and all these other, Insomniac. What's going to be their mainline thing? Wolverine's supposed to be, we haven't even... There's been no updates on Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck is going on? Are they still working on it?
I want to say this was like Microsoft's plan from the beginning of like attrition, right? It's like, we're going to give you some of our exclusives because we need to. Yeah. And you're going to need to as well. Eventually, this is going to happen to you. They gave away their exclusives, and Sony is going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just becomes a battle of properties.
Yeah.
Versus,
and
right now, I think Microsoft is in a better position.
Oh yeah.
To provide PlayStation customers with their exclusives than the other way around. I mean, outside of Helldivers 2, that's going to be. I feel like that's going to be huge on Xbox.
Oh yeah.
But what else that's currently in development or just recently released from Sony are Xbox players going to be clamoring over?
Well, for new stuff, not so much, but like as we proved with Forza
Back
Horizon
catalog?
and
Sure.
Sea of Thieves, dude, like Spider-Man and probably not Ratchet and Clank. Ghost of Tsushima on Xbox, $2 million. Every single Xbox owner will buy that.
Yep.
I'll buy it.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yes. Everyone, great job. What? I have no idea. I was following it, and then I just dropped off somewhere. I heard everything, but my mind was trying to kind of think of something and then accept the information. Holy crap.
Yeah, I really don't have anything to add to what Loki said. I mean, I'm pretty confident we've said the same thing like a year ago.
Yeah.
About how, yes, Microsoft's just sort of abdicated this one. They've strategized. They've admitted, and I don't know if it's, I think it's a strategy to give PlayStation this win, knowing that you are already miles ahead on the next battle that they don't even know about. They're not ready for it.
Yeah.
And they have to do this.
Yeah.
I said this on my podcast several months ago. It's like the console wars are over, and the one who won was the one that sold the least amount of consoles.
And it's okay. So I think the landscape definitely changed. It switched. Now PlayStation, they won hands down. They won the console war, but the digital war, Xbox is set to completely blow past PlayStation.
And to tie in what we said earlier, with their cutting back on spending so much for people. Sorry.
Yeah.
Xbox is not blowing money like Sony has been.
Oh, dude, it's been hard to watch. It's been hard to watch because I grew up with PlayStation, and to see them making decisions.
It's going to get worse, man. When they cancel Fair Games and Marathon, you're going to see even more people lose their jobs.
Yep.
But that's out of just bad ideas for games. It's going to be Concord again.
Yes, the trend chasing has really bit them in the butt, and I think this is probably Bungie's last foray. If Marathon doesn't sell well, they're done. PlayStation's not going to keep them around. Yeah.
$4 billion, guys. They spent $4 billion to buy Bungie.
Hey, it was 3.7.
Just like
that's true.
Just like Xbox bought Activision for 70 billion. Oh no, 69 billion.
I'm sorry, you're right. Disney paid $4 billion for Star Wars. That's what it was.
Oh, that was a worthwhile investment. Could have been.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say that, but it got Disney-fied.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ain't it great? Entertainment is so good now. I love it,
dude.
You know what? In a way, it is, because I can go back and watch all of my favorite shows from anywhere from like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, whatever. I don't have to go out and buy physical media. I can watch all of my favorite shows from forever ago that were really, really, really very good. I don't have to suffer with modern slop. I don't have to watch whatever this latest Star Trek product that Kurtzman's coming out with. It's going to be a piece of crap. I can go watch the original series anytime I want. So yes, modern entertainment is good.
Isn't that funny?
If you couch it that way.
It's all kind of following the same trend. Like in the game industry, people are playing their backlogs and old games. In the movie industry, people aren't going out to see the newest movie coming out. They're watching the old shows now. It's just funny. It's just funny how they can kind of take, information from each other and probably do better, but they're not going to do that. And also,
you can only take your audience for granted for so long.
True. Very true. Very true. But we're going to wrap it up here because I know, Loki, you've got to take off. You got other what do you call it? I want to say engagements.
Things.
Yeah. Words are hard, people. Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah. Loki, tell people where they can find you at.
I am on X at Loki Jarson. It's the same name.
Yes.
I also have a podcast called The Internet's Worst Gaming Podcast. We do shows as often as possible. I'm recording one today, in fact.
And this always good. And Loki, I know on your X, you say that you are like a semi-pro comedian. I know that's all in jest, but you kind of are, dude. You're hilarious.
I like making people laugh, and I don't have any shame.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if people laugh at me or laugh with me. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. Your retorts on X are absolutely amazing too. They're great.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yes. Nas, your turn. Where can people find you?
They can find me on the YouTubes as well, and I go by just Nosig there. On Twitch at same thing. And on X as Mr. Nosig, because Nosig was already taken by somebody I will find and ask politely if they would give me that name.
Right on.
I'm not going to threaten anybody.
No, you're Canadian.
But yeah. No. Hey, there are Canadian threats. I have to take a class to find out what they are.
Yeah.
It's just not natural to us.
From the Americans.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah, dude. We're good at that. But anyway, but I mean, we're all level-headed, kind people until you F with us. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for joining in. This is an absolute blast. I haven't posted anything for like weeks, and that's been fun. But getting back into it, talking about this stuff, hearing all these fantastic opinions has been amazing. Okay. You can find Casual Consumers on YouTube, on X, Casual Consumers, and on Instagram, Casual Consumers. And we just created a TikTok, which I'm afraid, because I know China's going to be in there siphoning all of our information, which is fine. It's fine for now. You know, I haven't gotten any more spam calls than usual. But follow Loki, Nas, follow us on all the platforms, on all the socials. And we appreciate you showing up. And until next time, keep it casual. Peace.